Hello guys, Shin here from Rants and Rewrites, and today I thought it would be fun to write Arrow Season 9. Yes, Oliver is dead, but there are still like 3 Olivers that have to exist in the Arrowverse. First Oliver is the one in the afterlife with Felicity. According to the Arrowverse wiki and the nature of how afterlife works in the DC universe, Marnovu's afterlife is just a pocket dimension, just like the ones Folded Man can create, that only Marnovu's breaches can access. That means that there is still an Oliver in either heaven or hell, but based on how many people he's killed, we can assume he ended up in hell regardless of any heroics. Finally, Oliver as the Spectre is still alive sometime in the future, as shown in the Earth Prime comic event. This means that any of these Olivers could be used to make a new season out of, so I began an idea to bring the show back. This show would unfortunately follow Felicity as she leaves the afterlife to rescue Oliver, who she finds out has been banished to hell. In the process, she recruits her daughter, Mia, Hellblazer and demonologist John Constantine, and Sarah Lance, captain of the Wave Rider. Before we start, the ideas I write about in these videos are all disconnected from each other, so anything that happens to a character in a previous video does not affect the future ideas. This season would take place 3 years after the Arrow Season 8 finale, and in between the Flash's Armageddon and Death Revisited arcs. This arc also takes place sometime after the Legends escape Time Prison, but because they're time travelers, we can just assume they returned to the present when they escaped. Arrow Season 9 Episode 1 would be called Life and Life and Life After Death. This episode opens with Oliver in the afterlife staring out the window of the Queen Consolidated office. He relives the deaths of Robert, Yao Fei, Shadow, Akio, Tiana, Tommy, Moira, Sarah, Laurel, Samantha, Quentin, and Emiko, and regains consciousness when Felicity waves her hand in front of his face. They talk about what he saw until Oliver offers Felicity breakfast and walks away. In Marnovu's space-time pocket dimension, where he resided through parts of Elseworlds and Crisis, he has an inner monologue about a promise he made to Oliver before he died that he is struggling to keep. Then, in 2043, John Constantine from 2023 walks to Oliver's memorial statue and admires it. As he puffs on his cigarette, he notices a smaller memorial beside that is labeled Felicity Smoke 1989 to 2040. Sarah, also from 2023, arrives to scold John about abusing his time courier privileges. He revealed that he actually lost his time courier and that Gwen Davies actually brought him there. Sarah assumes he is there to save Felicity and Oliver, but he quickly shuts down this accusation. He tells her that the Fountain of Imperium gave him visions of his death, taking place in 2023, that he went to that time to talk with Felicity about how he died to figure out a way to stop it. As a backup solution, he decides to try and find William to consult with him, but Sarah points to another memorial labeled William Clayton, 2006 to 2042. When John scoffs at this, Mia Queen walks up and confronts them for being in her time. Mia reveals that William was kidnapped by John Diggle Jr. after he regained his pre-crisis memories, resulting in Grant Wilson executing him in front of Mia, and that Felicity has been missing for 3 years. Back in the afterlife, Oliver cooks eggs for Felicity. She tries to thank him by hugging him, but as he makes contact, he disappears. As he stumbles back in fear, Marnovu appears from a breach and reveals his promise to Felicity. Marnovu has been controlling an illusion of Oliver from his other pocket dimension as a final thanks to Oliver for fixing his mistakes. When she yells at Marnovu asking where Oliver really is, he tells her that he was damned to hell. In Constantine's mansion, Sarah, John, and Mia discuss what happened to William and Felicity. As they talk, the Monitor and Felicity appear through a closet door and thank John for lending her a key. He claims to not have given her a key, but she mentions that she is from 2040. Marnovu says that is the furthest into hell he can get because in the new multiverse, his powers are limited and prevent his involvement in further crises. John scolds Novu when he finds out that he lied about Oliver being in hell to Felicity, claiming that he knew Oliver was heading to hell the second they met on Lian-Yu. Felicity recruits Mia, Sarah, and a very reluctant Constantine for a mission to protect Oliver in hell. Constantine finally decides to go when he realizes he'd be evading his evident death a bit longer. As they enter hell, it is revealed that Oliver is just wandering the streets of hell, keeping his head down to avoid conflict, but out of nowhere he is jumped by Derek Sampson, but manages to fight him off. In a bar somewhere else in hell, Adrian Chase sits at a bar as the barista Evelyn Sharp talks to him. She lets him know that Oliver has made it to hell. Adrian invites her to go take him on together, but she declines and he goes off on his own. When the team arrives in hell, they break into Lowest Common Denominator to use their surveillance to find Oliver, but as they find him, he is being attacked and knocked out by Adrian Chase. The first half of the season is the team trying to save Oliver from a coterie of old villains, while some decide to be his ally. Here's a list of characters I would want to see in the first half. Malcolm Merlin as an ally, Ra's al Ghul as a temporary villain and brief ally, Reve Adams as a brief ally, Caden James as a brief villain, Ricardo Diaz as a villain, and Captain Boomerang as a villain. As the season goes on, John Constantine has the ulterior motive of trying to obtain a Pentecostal coin, a coin in the DC universe and appearing in Lucifer that allows an owner to traverse in and out of hell at will. In the mid-season finale, John discovers the owner of the coin is Lucifer Morningstar. After Adrian Chase is defeated, Felicity asks Constantine to help them out of there, but he says deceased souls cannot be sent out of hell using just dark magic. This is when he tells the team about the Pentecostal coin, starting them on a mission to find it. In the second half of the season, it is revealed that the Triumvirate of Hell are just servants of Lucifer Morningstar, who rules hell from the background. Eventually, they fight their way through hell, meet Lucifer, and get the coin. I haven't figured out the specifics of this journey yet, but in the end, Constantine gets his hand on the coin and has a standoff with Oliver for it before escaping. Felicity uses the Manor Dimension key to bring everyone into the Manor, where she and Oliver can finally live happily together, because the Manor is in hell. If you guys think this would be a good Season 9 to Arrow and a good way to continue the story, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I know it's probably never going to happen, but I just had a really fun time writing this, and if you guys want to see a full script for the pilot, make sure to let me know and I might do a script reading of it. For now, that's it for me, and thank you guys for watching.